So CGI though and stuff, Mason. Transformers Rise of the Beasts has a trailer finally. This is a trailer my son has been asking me about every week for about a year.
And now it's out, you're like, no, they cancelled it.
But literally,
Sorry.
he's like, when is that? When can I see it? I'm like, when it's out, I will show you. Like the second it comes out, I will show. And I did. It came out before school, and I was like, maybe I'll show him after school. And I was like, no, true to my word, I said, sit down. We're going to be watching this Transformers trailer.
You busted it on his classroom, and you're like,
school's cancelled.
School's cancelled, everyone. All of you get out. All of you get. This class is over. Now, son, I've had this trailer transferred to a VHS tape, and I'm going to wheel in the blocky square TV from my childhood on the trolley, and we're going to watch this trailer.
So Stephen Caple Jr. is directing this, who directed Creed 2. And this time around, what are they called? The Maximals? Animals. What are they called? Trans animals.
Yeah.
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there you go. So what's happening here is this time around, Optimus Prime, but he's a gorilla or whatever. But he's not Optimus Prime, is he?
No, because there's already an Optimus Prime. This is Optimus Primal. I don't remember anything as far as I know.
Yeah.
Maybe they've changed it. I mean,
It seems like
the
it's-
Bay movies were notorious for just
Whatever?
exactly. Just take a name, put it on a different Transformer,
Well,
redesign the Transformer,
maybe
do whatever.
As a creative, I think you made some bold choices.
Okay.
But what were you saying, though?
What I was saying is, as I understand it,
Bold but bad.
Right, bold but bad, absolutely. Which you can do, which in a way is good, isn't it? Because it gets people talking, doesn't it? As I understand it, the Beast Wars continuity.
Yeah. Some of it, at least. Yeah.
Actually, I was going to say, as you know, in the Beast, I actually don't know anything about it.
You just got to stop.
Well, I was going to say that. So the Beast, so the original Transformers, the
G1s.
the G1s, they landed on Earth. So in the comic books and the cartoons, they landed on Earth several million years ago,
Dinosaurs.
and then their ship was trapped under the Earth, and then they emerged in the present day, except for the Dinobots, which in the comic books emerged earlier. They left during the prehistoric era.
And that's why they've got Dinobot
Right, but in
forms.
the cartoon, I think they were built in the present day.
Yeah, I think
but
you're
the
right.
Beast Wars characters,
They're a different arc or something.
yes, but I believe Optimus Primal was inspired by Optimus Prime.
Yes.
But they went, the Maximals went back in time, I think.
Okay.
So they arrived on Earth before the regular Autobots and Decepticons.
Is that what
I
happened
think.
in the show?
I don't know.
Is Optimus Primal a prime?
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah, but he's just like inspired. He's a weeb for Optimus Prime.
And I believe in most versions of the cartoon and the toys and etc., his face looks almost identical to Optimus Prime.
Apparently,
Because really, they just wanted an Optimus Prime that turned into a gorilla.
Yeah.
But they wanted an Optimus Prime style character for the Beast Wars cartoon, but they couldn't get Optimus Prime because it wouldn't fit the continuity, I guess.
okay,
Even though it wouldn't
yeah.
really matter. So they're like, okay, well, Optimus.
It says here, is Primal a prime? Here's a conglomeration of primes.
Oh.
Yuck. Assembled into a single mighty force for good.
Yes.
I think he gets the spark later and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always like the idea of Optimus Primal and the Beast Wars. I mean, I wouldn't say they're so much in disguise. For one, like, it's a gorilla, sure.
But it's a robot gorilla.
And it's like, it's like 15 feet tall, which
true.
is bigger than I would say most gorillas.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
So what you'd
all.
have to do is if you were Optimus Primal and you wanted to fit in society,
Yeah.
you'd have to say, you'd have to seed some information on the internet, on newspapers and etc. that Mighty Joe Young has escaped from his cage and is rampaging across the city.
And he glued a bunch of metal to himself.
Exactly. And then when you show up...
And leave him alone.
Right. And then when you show up and you're battling the Decepticons, people will be like, oh, that's just Mighty Joe Young. You know?
Let's leave him
the
alone.
big gorilla. Let's leave him alone, as the newspaper suggested. But they could do that because they're internet people.
That's right, they could do that. Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say is this is, of course, similar to the whichever Transformers movie was that introduced the Dinobots. But it seems to me they're at least going to integrate them more than that movie did, which is have them show up at the start and then show up at the end and mill around for a bit and then leave and never come back.
Did they even show up at the start? I don't even remember. We did watch them.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I will not go
again,
back.
I cannot risk thinking about those movies again. What is interesting, though, I think, about Optimus Primal in this, and we get some snippets of the other ones.
Yeah.
There's a kind of a...
Ron Perlman, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Again, I
Voice.
think the appeal of Optimus Primal is visually that in various cartoons and comics and etc., he looks like a gorilla on the outside, but when he converts to robot mode, there's a lot of like red highlights and colors and etc., so you can tell the versions apart.
Yes.
Where in this clip, he's just a grey gorilla who turns into a grey robot man.
Yeah, I didn't love that.
Really largely identical. Maybe they'll tweak the colors for the final release. Maybe this is an ugly Sonic situation.
I thought similarly with. I thought this was a downgrade on the Optimus Prime design from the previous one as well. It looks simplified. I think the Bumblebee one absolutely nailed it. I thought that was perfect. And I think this is a little kind of like...
He looks quite weedy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, it is still an upgrade.
100%.
It's still an upgrade on the Michael Bay versions, which I know a lot of people...
I think, like, technically they're a remarkable achievement.
Yes,
like in terms of how they operate.
But I also think from especially when you think about the later Optimus Primes in the later Transformers movies, the Michael Bay ones, they moved so far away from he transforms from a truck into a robot that looks markedly like a truck, and you can see how all the components transform. Whereas the later versions of that Optimus Prime, he's just a very sort of glossy, smooth robot man.
Well, because he didn't transform.
Yeah.
Because he just transformed off screen or not at all
correct,
in those later movies. But yeah, you're absolutely right. But I think even seeing like RC again, which I think even I preferred the design from the previous movie and whatever. And I think even the Bumblebee design, I think looks better. And this is all like aesthetic, choices that maybe I wouldn't agree with as a creative. But that being...
But you can understand why they'd make those choices.
Sure. But that being said, like I like the director of this, and I am looking forward to a movie where I can tell what's happening, and
that's terrific, isn't it?
And who's who and whatever.
There's that moment where we see
who's the Porsche again?
Jazz, probably.
Jazz wasn't. Yeah. I was gonna say is Jazz dead, but this is a prequel and also not connected.
Exactly. Yeah. But the VW bus, I believe, is Wheeljack. Who doesn't normally turn into a VW bus? He turns into like a very specific race car.
Right, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's Mirage.
Oh, and of course it's Mirage because he generates illusions. Okay, sure.
Yeah, so there you go. We're idiots, aren't we?
We are idiots.
But, you get the cheetah one and whatever and various others, and that's cool, I think. And that's cool. Do you think they're going to have dinosaur Megatron, who might also be original Megatron? I can't remember.
I just want a Megatron that turns into a gun that children can play with, all right? Is that so hard?
It's very reasonable,
I just want the one that I had as a kid where he turns into a gun and it looks like a gun and it doesn't have the orange cap at the end so you can see that it's a fake gun. It looks like a real gun.
So you can roll a 7-Eleven if you want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can put the scope on and the shoulder stock.
Love that.
And be like, give me all your money, I've got a real gun. That's all I want, all right? That's all I want out of this.
It's all the fans want.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm so mad he's never turned into a real gun.
No, not even a turret. Didn't even do the big Galvatron turret, Mason. Well, the only reason he turns into a gun is because that was the toy that they had, wasn't it?
Yes, that's
because
right.
he was from a separate toy line, a Japanese toy line of a robot that turned into a gun, which wasn't connected to a bunch of the other toy lines. So that's why he turns into a gun.
Look, even as someone who has been a fan of Transformers since being a small child, this particular segment of the show, we're absolutely going to get emails from people being like, they don't understand any of the continuity. They've ruined this.
I don't care.
Us personally, yeah.
Also, I've seen all of these movies and they don't understand it either. Right. So tell them about it. I'm not making these decisions.
If you're considering sending us a long email about how we don't understand Transformers continuity, send it to Michael Bay instead. He's the one who's ruined us. I used to know all this stuff. It's gone.
And it's Kelsey Grabber's fault.
That's right.
Yeah.